Can't hardly beat a good cup of coffee, can you? Well, this is Tommy Oakes, and this is the Story Break, and thank you for being here today. For a season now, I'm trying to look for some stories that have to do with making the world a better place to live. And I'd like to tell you a story this morning that I think has a little secret in it for how to make the world a better place. Two people that I'm sure you very likely have heard about are a man by the name of Chuck Colson and a man by the name of George McGovern. Now, they lived about the same time historically, and they were both involved in politics. In 1972, Chuck Colson and George McGovern were on either side of a fence. They were political opponents in that presidential campaign. Chuck Colson campaigned for Richard Nixon, and George McGovern ran on the Democratic ticket. The thing about Chuck and George, they knew each other, even though they were, you might call them, political enemies. But as life went on, both of them wound up having the same regret when they were older men. How about that? And let me tell you the same regret that both of them had. They both regretted that they did not spend more time with their children. Chuck Colson said this, that if you spend more time with your children, it means realizing you may not advance as fast in your career as some do. It means being willing to accept a lower standard of living, knowing that you're doing the right thing for your children, giving them emotional security that they will draw on for the rest of their lives. So Chuck said, if I had to live life over, I think I'd spend more time with my children. And you know, George McGovern said the same thing. He had a daughter who died of alcoholism, and he wrote a book about it. She died in 1994. And after the tragedy, George just poured over the difficulties of her life, and he found a diary that she had written. In that diary, she wrote about days that she wished that she had seen more of her daddy. She said her daddy was busy doing important things, and she guessed he just didn't think that she was that important. And so here's what George McGovern said when he was an older man. I'd get everything I have for one more afternoon with Terry, that was his daughter, just to tell her how much I love her and have one more of those happy times that we used to have all too infrequently. You know, one way to make the world a better place is this. If you have children, just spend some more time with them. Thanks for coming to the Story Break. See you next time.